Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you?
Meet Joe. He is a gig worker trying to make money using his car. He uses multiple gig apps all at the same time to maximize his earnings. But this can be difficult and dangerous while driving. Sometimes the requests come in so fast, Joe can't pick and choose the best trips to take, which can result in lower pay or lower rated disruptive passengers. That was until Joe found Maximo, the automation app that helps gig workers accept and decline trip requests. Maximo will use the filters set by Joe, like time, distance, and rating, to determine which trips are best suited for Joe. When a trip request comes in, Joe doesn't need to worry. Maximo will compare the trip details to Joe's filters and then determine if it should automatically accept the trip, decline the trip, or allow Joe to decide by showing the per mile and per minute rates. When a trip has been accepted, Maximo will turn off the other apps that aren't on a trip. Once Joe finishes a trip, Maximo will turn everything back on. This will allow Joe to reduce his stress and frustration, drive safe, and focus on the important tasks. Check out Maximo at www.maximoapp.com.
You still have that up.
There you go. There you go. You're fine.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Thursday Gig Worker Rodeo Roundtable. We have everybody here today again this week. I love it. And by the way, I wanted to say to everybody, we're 3 away from number 52, which is a year.
Nice.
52 weeks in a year. And because there's never been a missed week, all of us except for Kim have missed a week. Kim came in a couple weeks late, but I'm still going to give her that she's never missed a week. So the show has always gone on, but every one of us except Kim.
I think I missed like one or two.
Yeah,
if I think about it.
Just one or two.
Just one or two.
Just like school.
So what we should do on the 52nd week one is just none of us show up. Just let Steve roll.
Steve.
Or get 5 other people to play us.
Right.
A bunch of scabs.
But anyway, you guys obviously check out all of their channels, like all their stuff. And if you haven't, because I was thinking about this the other day, every one of us here offers a different perspective on our channels, even like, and you know, like I love Thursday nights. I love this the 5 of us as a panel, and I even love the chat members that are here every week. This is it's a good vibe. It reminds me of Kim's Live on Tuesday, and we get to all kind of discuss, and I don't know, it feels engaging. I dig it, and so thank you, everybody. And I'm gonna say hi to the chat, whoever's here, real quick. What's up, Monkey? Hi, Thomas. The Rational Driver. What's up, Marissa? Hi, Christopher Taylor. What's up, Brandon?
Taylor,
and what's up, Joe? Yeah. So, how you guys all doing?
Thomas.
Pretty good.
You guys.
You're talking about me, right?
I mean, yeah.
He's talking about
Everybody.
yeah, I thought.
He's like, hold on, I'm gonna
asked
talk
how
to
we are.
chat.
Oh,
Like, hey, we're all here, but let's get the chat down. That's what we're here for.
What's up, Jaywalk? How are you? But yeah, we got some stuff to go through. I think Gary and I both got fooled. We thought there was a super positive story.
Man, I thought it was like a superhero story.
Yeah,
I
we
did
were
too.
like excited to bring you guys some positive news, and it is, I guess. I mean, because the ending is happy, but the story
It could have ended badly.
Yeah, it's a not bad ending, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it should be from hero to zero, because that woman's no hero.
Well, I mean, she stopped it, but it wasn't all
her
it
fault.
purported to be. Yeah.
Hey, you might want to explain what you're talking about.
Yeah, let's just jump into that one first. So we thought we found a good story. Sorry, they're hard to find. But the title is DoorDash driver stops carjacking, child abduction in Oakland Hills, Oakland. Okay, so Oakland Hills must be an upscale area, I'm guessing, because you can kind of see the houses on the video, and the fact that it's a nice SUV that the delivery person is leading or is using to deliver, but then even a nicer brand new SUV pulls up and the people trying to steal it are in a nicer SUV. So I'm just guessing it's a nicer part of Oakland. But here's the story is that, okay, I'm thinking when I saw this, like, oh, so a DoorDash driver did something awesome and like stepped out of their realm and saved this kid and a car. No, it was her car. It was her kid. And she left it running. I mean,
unlocked.
Unlocked.
Like not even directly in front of the house either. If you look at it, she's like pulled past the house a little bit and then walks up the driveway.
But easy enough that you can tell the other car had been following that person since they picked the food up.
I'm pretty sure that other car was like right there when they came to the stop. Like it was like,
oh, dude, they
could
were
have
on
been
it.
the people who ordered it. They could have all been on it. Let me order food. Well,
I think they just poach restaurants that are busy, watch DoorDashers that have the nicest cars, and follow them.
Isn't that the only thing I kept thinking though? Was, man, she's driving an SUV. Gas is crazy for that SUV.
You weren't thinking about the kid?
No, I was. But first, when I saw, before I even like read the article, and I really thought it was like DoorDash driver to the rescue, and I'm thinking, wow, that DoorDash driver is spending a lot of money on gas with an SUV. And then I read the article.
That's the first thing I thought too. Yeah. It was like I seen him pull out. I was like, "Oh, that's an SUV. That's gas guzzler."
Yeah, I'm not happy.
But they're saving money on childcare, though. So, hey.
Well, no, because they.
Well, when the child is gone, they're not going to have to.
I mean,
that's not funny.
I don't know. 3.5 seconds. For whatever.
They'll learn to lock the door after that. Nowadays, all the cards little click thing.
Like if nobody's actually watched the video, it is a clickbait title that KTVU did.
Absolutely.
But that will show you how fast someone's going to steal your car if you leave it running. Luckily, mine is a fob, so if you get in it, you press on the brake or try and put it in gear, it automatically dies.
Right.
Yeah.
I think mine would go, but if I have my fob with me, but it's not going to go very far. It's going to go about maybe a half a block or something, and it's done.
No, I tested mine. I got in it, started it up, got out, put the fob on the ground, got back in, pressed the brake, and it was like, doop.
See, Gary would be the one to test it.
I don't know. The whole thing to me as a mom is just so incredibly scary. First of all, kid almost gets hijacked by a carjacker, and then on top of that the carjacker gets out and then runs it into a wall, which is even more scarier. So you go from like one scary situation to, oh my god, my daughter's in a car that's gonna crash, and
already, like we were talking about this, you guys backstage, that already I'm wondering how many crimes that person could face, because there could be kidnapping in there, even though really they only didn't even get across the street with them. I mean,
why are we asking about this?
I think it'd be
it was like 3 or 4 seconds of kidnapping. It was like 3 or 4 seconds.
But then they ran into another person's wall that
destruction of property,
like in front of their house. So
let's see. We got
damage.
We got the car theft, Grand
Theft Auto.
We got reckless driving. We got
child endangerment,
attempted kidnapping of a minor,
contributing to the delinquency of a minor because they probably had some drugs on them.
And dude, how stupid, if they had got caught, how bad is that person going to have in jail? What are you in for?
It's a long story.
I hope they make up a good story, because that one's just going to have people going, man, you're so stupid.
I just said that the carjacker probably got into the car. The baby or the kid was probably sleeping, totally silent, until the lady starts screaming, my daughter, my daughter. The carjacker probably went, I'm out.
It happens more often. That happened more often than not. Carjackings where a child is still in the car, because they're only thinking about the car. They don't think about what's going to be in there. So this actually happens more often than not.
There was a dasher in California. Was it last year or the year before that the kid did get kidnapped? I don't know if you guys remember that. And I believe the parent, or the person who was driving the parent, was living out of the car on top of it.
Wow.
So I mean, just this horror situation, but I don't know.
Let me ask this question: is it wrong that one of the thoughts that comes to my mind is, after that car runs into the wall, is like, how are you going to try to explain that dent on the insurance? Are you going to say, got into a minor fender bender and what happened? Well, I left my car and
you say somebody tried to steal my car.
Why you left it running? Will the insurance give you a tough time?
And the door open and locked?
Yeah.
Somebody's
kind of screwed.
Still theft.
That's when you have a little sugar packet and you pour it in the gas tank, so you just get a new car. I don't know what they did.
I don't know.
They had it.
She needs one. She's driving an SUV.
So the adjuster's going to come in there. The adjuster's like, that thing, you're all in the news, man. I have it all on video. I'm going to deny that claim.
Yeah, this is a really good question, Christopher. I don't know why. In fact, like,
well, I can tell you why. It's lack of options. I mean, that's what it is.
You're not out
yeah,
of the
babysitting is too expensive.
Even if it involves turning it off, you're not out of that option.
Well, yeah, definitely that's
Well, no.
Yeah, we're not talking about the reason why you leave the car unlocked with your kid inside, but like why you have your kids in there in the first place. Most of the time, it's like you say, who are you going to pay to watch them? Is it going to be worth it? You going out to do? I don't know how much money you're going to make with DoorDash, but definitely the responsibility of making sure your child is secure. She failed.
Yeah, like if it was me and I had to leave my kid in the car at that young age, I definitely would have the back window cracked enough just for the air. And whenever I got out, I would lock the door real quick, even though it's only 3-4 seconds.
Like your dog.
Yeah, like a dog.
I just thought of the second he said,
"Wow,
window crack."
I mean, it's the most humane thing.
Well, because I mean,
how young is the child? I didn't watch the video.
Yeah, it doesn't say. But I'm guessing toddler. Yeah. I'm guessing toddler.
Then I wouldn't do it at all. Then that young, I wouldn't do that kind of work. That's too young. I think like 5, 6, 7.
So you're just gonna be homeless?
The child was not hurt. So far, no word on any arrests.
Yeah, I mean, like I get people have to work. That's just how it is. I mean,
I'm
just
like,
because
I wouldn't feel comfortable enough.
It could be now. I would say if she wasn't driving the big old SUV and everything like that she probably was a single mother. But that's an expensive SUV to say that.
Yeah, it's a lot of the context that we don't know.
Someone gets so the people were in a Mercedes who tried to jack the car, and they were in a Mercedes SUV, and they were trying to steal a Durango.
It was a new one, like a nice one.
Yeah,
it was nice.
It's a nice Durango. I mean,
yeah. No, they both look brand new actually, but I will say the people who were trying to steal it had the nicer car.
They did.
Well, they want more cars. That's probably how
nicer than a Durango.
Listen, to maintain nice cars, you gotta steal cars, right? Like,
I mean, they got payments to keep them. Apparently,
yeah.
That's their hustle.
You can't be in that neighborhood in a Pinto.
Or they jacked that one. They jacked that one and used it to try and jack this one too.
How stealing cars is still a thing? I thought the whole low jacking and all this technology, like how is it still like it's still I don't know. I just thought with enough technology to be no way to do that.
Well, it's actually sad. There was I spent one night on the YouTube rabbit hole and found out about the Kia boys and looked that up.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
I mean, guys,
what's the model of that car?
Locked himself out of his car. So. I mean, that's still a thing. I didn't even know you could still do that. Like, how do you lock yourself out of your car?
There's a lot of cars that won't, allow it to lock with the thing on the inside nowadays too.
Yeah, I'm not laughing at Bud Soda. I mean, I love Bud Soda. You guys all, I know everybody here does, but the problem is I think Kim was even talking to him Tuesday about it. He's got to get some sleep, man. That's what I equate it to. Man, you got to get some sleep. This is what happens.
Wait, didn't Pedro just lock himself out of his car too?
I don't know.
I thought I seen a YouTube title that said
I remember a video where Pedro dropped his wallet and had to go back to.
I remember that one. Right here. It was 23 hours ago. I locked my keys in my car while delivering. Pedro did it as well.
Yeah, I'm going to send both of them hi to Keys.
Yeah, I can't. I have no comment on that one. Pedro.
Tell them it goes in your wheel well. You put an extra key in it. This ever happens.
But that's the thing too with a lot of food delivery and making mistakes. If you are in a rush, you're not going through things. You're not locking your door. It happens all the time. If you're in a rush trying to get in and out, trying to make as much money as possible, I got a stack, I got a triple stack, I got 3 other orders. You're gonna make like simple mistakes, like even simple stuff, like making sure you put the car in park. Like I think a lot of people do that when you're just so frantic to try to deliver as fast as you can.
I was going to say, take the whole kidnapping thing out of it. Like, guys, take your keys with you. Like, never leave your car running. Lock your doors. Like, I feel like we're targets a lot of the times to Steve's point.
And by the way, guys, this video clearly shows that it was a target.
Yeah,
it
was definitely
this was executed with precision timing, because even though, like Gary said, she didn't park right in front of the house, nonetheless, they did this in seconds upon her. They timed it as she was rounding the corner and headed up to drop the food. They jumped out, got in. I mean, it was executed too perfectly.
Someone could order something and, hope that their driver leaves their keys in the car and running, and they know that their friends are going to come behind and do a carjacking. Like, there's so many different variables that you don't know. So, you know what? Eliminate some of the stuff that people can do to your car, like carjacking, just by taking your keys and turning your ignition off and locking your doors.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Again, I'll even bring it around to the parenting. I'm gonna say bad parenting. I don't care what the reason is. Like if you're gonna take your kid, like Gary said, crack the window.
A little bit. Air going in.
First of all, I would suggest a babysitter. If anybody can babysit,
right?
Babysit. But if you're forced, if it's between pay your rent and have somewhere to live for you and your kid, or take your kid dashing, you're gonna have to secure your kid. Either that, or pull your kid out every time you go up to the door.
Right, but what's she doing in a brand new Durango if she? I don't know.
Just because someone's in a nice car does not mean they're in a good financial situation. Tons of people have nice cars and are totally broke. Probably bad decisions.
So I'll say there's a third option, and I only know this because I've had my food delivered this way, where instead of getting out the car and delivering the food, you have the kid deliver the food.
That's smart.
Have the toddler crawl up there.
There you go.
What?
They get more tips. They get more tips that way.
No. But if you do that and say the customer is looking through their iRing camera, especially with like Uber Eats, and they can report you and deactivate you. So that's a risk all in itself.
I'm just saying it's an option.
Well,
I can't imagine a toddler going up.
But now
my delivery guy was at least 7 or 8. I know that much.
But now you're opening your kid up to more danger by going to a stranger's door.
Yeah, what happens if they grab your kid?
You can't win, huh?
Yeah, there's no winning.
The car or the kid? I guess you don't think it can.
The car can be replaced. I mean, as long as your kid's not in it.
Unfortunately, that was the case.
You guys are.
I mean, I'm not going to be a jerk about it, but technically, so can the kid.
But this way, if the kid gets taken at the door, you know exactly where he's at. So is it really,
Oh no.
How long are
we going to continue this story? Do we got another
We're
one?
just digging a hole, like
how about we
big hole at this point.
No,
Kim, you got
okay.
Oh, you had a story, right? John, you got something?
That was my story, so we're good.
Your story. So it's Kim's fault.
You guys want to talk about the on-court DoorDash?
That's a good transition.
Christopher Taylor again. He was already mentioning it. We had it on our list for tonight anyway. So this, I'm weirded out by this because I was wondering, is it a publicity stunt? Because if it is, I'm very concerned because college basketball this affected the game. So I don't know how much of a stunt it is.
I've seen this. So this walking out to the DoorDash prank, it's been done before on some YouTubers channels. I know
right, but the ref saying, "Hey, no, not right now, man." So maybe we should explain it to you guys. So an Uber Eats driver showed up at a college basketball game.
DoorDash driver.
Right. Well, actually, it says DoorDash, but it's Uber Eats. I don't know why.
No, it's DoorDash. It is DoorDash.
Well, on the video, they say Uber Eats.
No, the guy on the video says DoorDash. He's like, DoorDash.
Well, there's definitely a prank and then on the tweet, it said Uber Eats delivery guy.
Yeah, right. But okay, let me break it down for you. A DoorDash driver stumbled onto a college basketball game looking for the person who ordered the DoorDash. Oh. Later on, DoorDash sent a tweet out that says, "Not shocking, anyone mistook a lost order for Uber Eats." Uber Eats replied with, "So you agreed the lost order was yours?" DoorDash replied, "OMG, Karen, you can't just ask people if they lost an order."
All right.
So definitely does DoorDash take a responsibility in a weird way.
It is, but if you watch the video and you listen to it, the guy is screaming DoorDash.
But why would the guy be mic'd up with
right? And that's what I can say. The stadium, I forget who it is, actually came out and acknowledged that it was a prank on them by them.
Well, the College Basketball Association should be pissed because this actually interrupted the game.
Right. And I forget the station that reported it. It was one at KNVU or something like that reported it as their prank or whatever.
Yeah, I think people did this in the past, and then they did the prank. They did it on like a high school game or YMCA game, not on the NCAA, game.
Thank you, hopefully Thomas. Appreciate that.
Yeah, look at all the love in the chat.
Thank you, DJ.
Yeah, they should have waited till like, I don't know, halftime or whatever. They should have waited.
So the other thing that they did,
I hope they get past security.
Yeah, because
that's what I'm saying. It was a prank. That's my first thought is, well, how did they get down to the court with all that?
Well, they came from the corner too, like right. Where you had to come from like a tunnel or something.
Right.
But I'll say this too, like growing up, going to Michigan State games when I was growing up, and there, Jennison Fieldhouse turned into the bigger arena and whatnot. It's a big arena now. You can get down on the floor very easy. I mean, you're just expected not to do stupid things. But oddly, in college basketball, I don't know about your own experiences, I could always get.
Well, the more that I think about it now, but I mean, it's
not like
DoorDash
NBA.
driver,
like
how do you think
security stopping? There might be one or two, but it's pretty easy to walk around them.
Was that like, do we just figure out a hack how to get into free college games by just saying I got a DoorDash order for somebody and they just no ticket, I can just go all the way in?
Hey, you know what? You go get you one of them nice little yellow vests, and you can pretty much walk everywhere. There's some guys on YouTube that do that.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
I just put the link to all the stories we're going to be talking about tonight, so all of these are in there. But maybe we could play this one. I guess I should have downloaded it.
Which one?
The basketball one, so that everybody can see. Because it's only a minute long, but even the announcers. I mean, they're definitely older, and you can tell that they're not in on the joke if it's a joke. They're like, what?
Well, at least it wasn't a Super Bowl. That could have been interesting all in itself.
Yeah, I'm going to share this. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Maybe. Here it is. Did they pull it down?
No, I got it right here on Twitter.
Oh, you got it on Twitter? Okay. Wait, can you share it? Okay.
Yeah. Let me see if it'll let me. Share screen. All right, can you see that?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
Let me know if you can hear it.
Yeah, that's a joke.
It
clearly.
Is because the McDonald's bag isn't sealed.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
She says that's what she says. McDonald's bag. Yeah. I didn't even notice that.
But he could have been one of the bad dashers that ate fry.
Really? You're gonna go with that?
Well, 4 out of 5 dashers do it.
Crazy.
No, but McDonald's, they seal 3 seals going across. It wasn't sealed. That was totally a prank.
Right, yeah.
That was his own bag. He saved the bag.
I'm just surprised they let
Who needs a detective? You have
Kim. That's very... I don't know.
I didn't even think about it because he's holding the drink too.
Yeah.
Like everything's in the McDonald's bag. Like all we have is a bag. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, Kim. Look at her.
Yeah, the bag would be just all sold with the drink in there too.
These nerds, like we're not supposed to notice all that.
We
dissect this video now.
Anybody like I actually very much enjoy college basketball. I love the tournament, and honestly, for anybody that knows about how these are handled, usually huge fines are dished out with anything that does things like this. Yeah. I don't know. They usually aren't like, yeah, that's cool. Just interrupt the game. We'll have a commercial about it.
But I mean,
someone
should be teams ranked though.
I don't even know what the teams were.
Exactly.
It was a 37-40 game, though. I know that.
Yeah, they're not ranked, so they get pranked.
They get ranked and they get pranked.
Who was it? I just had it here in front of me. I closed it out.
But going back to what you guys were saying, it seems to be very easy to get into certain spots and professional. I think was it last year? A YouTuber that vaguely looks familiar to Klay Thompson, vaguely was able to get on the court and actually take jump shots before they realized that that's not Klay Thompson. Now I don't know if that's a little bit like latent, I'm not gonna say it, but the fact that that did not look like Klay Thompson, but they thought he was taking jump shots and like warm-ups. So it shows like how security really don't care.
He went through like so many like security guards with a cameraman to get to the court too. At NBA
it's
finals.
Like it's like how that's possible. That's professionals.
He was like, hey Klay, you look different today. I don't know why. You look athletic.
Was he good?
He's tall.
I know, but was the imposter actually good at shooting?
He's all right. I think he's like a basketball like a little bit of a basketball YouTuber, but still, that wasn't him. But it shows that security is not tight in a lot of these places.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so, but it's still like they have the footage now. I mean, like whether it be the NCAA, the Pac-10, whoever wants to deal with it, or all of college basketball, whoever wants to nail this should be able to go, look, dude, we have every angle on this even.
Well, whoever the news station or whoever said took responsibility for the prank, they got to be the one that pays the fine now, right?
I would assume so.
They said it's them. So,
What Mike? The funniest thing I found about the article that was wrote on this, or at least the one I seen earlier today, it says someone needs to give that driver a raise. Like, why? We don't get paid hourly.
Yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say yet.
Or at least I don't get paid hourly.
Which actually is a segue into two stories, and one of them actually is positive. So we do have a positive story tonight, and they're both about what's going on with all this stuff. So first, we'll start with the Minneapolis thing because it's now become Minnesota. It is the state like we expected. So here I'm just gonna go through the end of the last two short paragraphs of the article because it kind of sums it up. So rideshare drivers in the Twin Cities claim companies like Uber and Lyft keep over 50% of the fare collected from the riders. The companies claim their formula is not public, but are quick to mention that a driver keeps 100% of their tips. One of the people speaking here agrees that in large markets, the drivers are right to question that cut. And then the Minneapolis City Council plans to introduce a policy to set a minimum wage for rideshare drivers. Statewide, now here's where it gets weird. Lawmakers are expected to introduce legislation that would give workers greater, and before I go any farther, they had an edit on this article, and when they first came out, it said gig workers. And then it was edited and they pulled the gig out and just put workers. That's weird. Mm. So it said that would give gig workers greater protections and create stricter rules on what is considered an independent contractor. Now, I reached out to Mike Harubi today because I'd been asking him about this and why this was happening so ahead of time. And he said this. He said the same thing. He's like, because they're going to go to they're probably going to go to a union model quick. And I was like, so is it rideshare though, or is it the all the gig? And he was like, no, it's going to be delivery, all the gigs.
Rideshare, delivery.
Another travesty state. I don't know. We've been talking about this state. Now it was just Minneapolis and What's the other side of the Twin City? St.
Paul?
St. Cloud or something. St. Cloud, right? It's like Minneapolis and St. Cloud or St. Paul. Yeah, whatever. Right? Is it?
I
think it's Minneapolis and St. Paul. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. But anyway, this is happening. It's progressing very quickly. But here's something good going on with this. So, okay. So the Americans for Tax Reform supports Kansas House Bill 2019, strengthening independent contractor rights. So this is a whole thing on the majority is writing to the House bill. So legislation that would preserve the liberty of thousands of Kansans, is that right? Kansans working as independent contractors on their own terms by clarifying and affirming driver freedom in the existing regulatory framework for transportation network companies. This bill would strengthen the rights of independent contractors to earn a living as they see fit. And that's all in bold. It goes on to say all kinds of things about the, drivers, like, where is it down here? So basically, some of the mention in here is about the fail of California AB 5. It doesn't get into Prop 22, but it talks about the fail of AB 5, which I love, because AB 5 was a major fail. We don't need to go into the Prop 22 and debate that. AB 5 was a fail, but they're kind of saying, look at AB 5, what a disaster it was. And we say that all the time. So if enacted, this language can serve a model for other states looking to protect the freedoms for rideshare drivers from the political influence of powerful labor bosses and unions. That's important, guys. I mean, we need states like that to go the other way and say, and start getting vocal about it. Because I believe that you have too many states saying, hey, let's do this Minneapolis, Massachusetts thing. Let's get everybody to make, $11 an hour, floor and ceiling on every gig app. That's going to suck. Let's make them all employees. That's going to suck for everybody. It'll all fail. But we need some states to go, no. In fact, we're passing legislation the other way. Not even waiting for you guys to submit your legislation. We're going to get the overwhelming vote here and pass our legislation that says, no, we're keeping independent contractors. And I think this needs to happen more often. I'm stoked this happened. I'm glad I got to see this today. But that's a happy story. And, I just always want to keep us up to date with what's going on, because a lot of states are changing every day. I mean, I know that a lot of people don't know this. I love this. So I was thinking, when I was reading this article, I was thinking, Lyft, too little, too late. That'd be my title for this story, which is the Lyft starts charging wait time fees to late passengers. Uber had a wait time policy fee since 2016, but now Lyft is going to charge you for anything over 2 minutes that you wait. And here's a tweet about it that made me pissed off. So look at this guy. So everybody if you have a Twitter account, go to this guy and call him a tool, because here's the thing. When did Lyft start charging a wait time fee? And then the fact that he says, sorry, I took a minute to come downstairs. Okay, sorry that you made that comment, stupid.
The 4 notifications you get before the driver ever shows up wasn't enough to say, hey, your driver's going to be there. Like, they tell you that your driver is 2 minutes away. Your driver will be there in 1 minute. Your driver has arrived.
I just didn't like that.
I'm just gonna say,
that was it. That was a guy, not a woman. Because I would assume usually when you're waiting when you're at the car and you're waiting for someone to come downstairs, they like to take their time. I'm not going to say who, if it's a woman, but usually.
But if you look at this, look at wait time.
Hey, you know what? I'm pissed about
49 seconds, 58 cents.
Where's the tip?
That's good, man.
That's actually
good.
That's good. That's better than they used to pay per mile.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
that's still better than they pay per mile.
Yeah, I'll just get kicked back here, not use my miles, and
collect some money.
I mean, that's $34 an hour.
Yeah, I mean it's just I don't know, it's just crazy. And back to the Minneapolis thing, I didn't like how that story unfolded, how the fact of that they're saying, they're keeping over 50%. Well, you know what, they already moved to the upfront pricing in your area, so that's what we've always said. If they're being transparent, they can keep 90%. That's up to them. That's called business, guys. Like, they're just all they need to do is be transparent and show you what the offer is. You don't have to accept it. We tell you this all the time, but I didn't like how that article spanned that either. How they said, they keep over 50%. Well, it's a business. They can keep 75%. They can keep 80%. They can keep 90. They can keep 95. They can do what they want. And if they're transparent, it's fine. So, I mean, they waited till, see, again, why do we know about all this stuff and everybody else waits until it's like too late in the game to play that card?
Yeah.
I just don't get it. Well, wait a minute, we'll do the showing you upfront pricing now. Just don't take it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, now, well, we want a union. Right? No, you don't. You didn't even know to say anything about this.
Everybody wants a union until they have a union. And then they're like,
and then they're going into the Green Center going, what's this union fee? And they're like, dumbass, that's what you voted for. What the hell?
Dues, fees, all the above.
Yeah, so thanks to those welcome to those who have joined us. I see that Digi Nomad's in here. I see Heyho's in here, Lisa. By the way, Tremaine and I had a very unique live last night. I think it was really good too. I don't know. It was different.
As far as this Lyft thing that you're talking about now,
yeah,
so many people have trolled him about drivers needing to get paid for their time that he had to retweet that. I agree with most of y'all. Drivers deserve to get paid for their time. And I wasn't aware that the time started after 2 minutes. Okay, well, so how long was he planning on making a driver wait if he didn't know that?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he had blatant disregard for the guy. He doesn't care 1 ounce about this driver. Like you said, Gary. I mean, he would have left him there 20 minutes and gone, screw you, dude. Now he's like, where do you get off charging me?
now I wonder how much of that though they give to the driver. Because I mean, they can charge fees.
That was on the breakdown.
Well, no, that's not what the driver gets. That's what he paid.
Okay.
That's what he paid. That is not what the driver gets.
I love that they have to advertise 100% of tips go to drivers because all these companies have stolen tips so many times that they have to put it on there. I don't know. I came up in the service industry.
Well, and you notice he didn't tip this driver either.
Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah, he didn't even tip.
I have a stupid question. Just because I don't do rideshare. Do you, as the driver, is it like food delivery that they have a timer? Like once you get there, you have a certain amount of time you have to wait before you drive off and cancel the trip? Okay.
It's 5 minutes to get the no-show fee, which actually somebody sent me. Let me see if I can pull it up because somebody sent me an image that Uber started doing. Let's see. Was it this guy? Basically, he went to cancel his no-show ride. And then Uber popped up another message that said, hey, if you wait in an additional, 3 minutes or whatever it was, you'll make this extra amount or something. Let's see.
You take the payout run. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get him not to leave and not to have to dispatch another car.
Okay, yeah. Let me share this real quick.
I mean, first of all, you're already dealing with a delinquent customer if they don't have any sympathy for your time. And I can tell you as a rideshare driver, I've had people even call me when I pull up, and it'll always be the guy if they're going out and they're like, yeah, I'm just waiting on my wife to get ready. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm working.
Right. You should have had her ready.
I can't tell you the amount, and usually they did too, but I can't tell you the amount of people that were like, I'll tip you big, dude. Just hang out. Okay, well, I almost want to ask, what's big to you?
Earn another $2.44 in cancellation fees if you wait 5 more minutes.
It's not even like $1 per minute.
No.
You just sounded like the Napoleon Dynamite scene. Like, that's like $1 an hour. Before we move on, I do want to show you guys something that I find pretty hilarious. It's only in San Francisco, we know this, that they're doing autonomous testing. Well, somebody did shoot some video of a cruise killer. Ready? Go.
All right. Okay, we're gonna go in. Okay, ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna unlock.
Oh my
God. Okay. Hi there. You can see start your ride. So let's close. We have to do that.
Oh. Okay. Seatbelts.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
I'm buckled up. Are you buckled up?
Yeah, I'm buckled up.
Start ride.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh my god.
What? We're cruising.
A few things to remember during your ride.
Wild.
Please
Okay.
keep your seatbelt buckled. Always.
Oh my god, I'm scared.
Wait.
Look at him moving.
To end your ride,
Wait.
press the larger red
This
This is insane.
Enjoy your ride.
What?
Oh my god. Our ride is so long.
So we're going to High Tops. Wait, how long is it?
3 minutes.
They have a long. That should be a long video there.
Yeah, that's a long video.
Yeah, I agree with Donna. I thought something terrible was going to happen. Like
Me
some
too.
kind of,
I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen? Oh, that's it.
Well, San Francisco's gotten it a little dialed.
Like I was like in it too. I was ready
Yeah, I
to
think it's
see
gonna
it
go
like
through a
Easily a
red,
good
red
horror
light,
movie
yeah.
premise.
I wanted it to like crash or something, like
Right.
shoot something, hit something.
So one thing I
San
wonder about those
Francisco's
cars.
the only town that they're doing. I guess people there are disposable. Sorry, San Francisco people, but
I mean, does it take you through like certain neighborhoods, or does it take you through certain neighborhoods? You know?
well, clearly I know the city pretty well. Where they're going from, I mean, traffic in that time of night, traffic is moderate, but there's fast ways to get to where they're going over on that part of. I think that's like near North Beach. That should not take 38 minutes. So obviously, it's a route that this car knows. I don't know. It's
love
weird
how
they
it said-
picked the hilliest city in the country.
I love how it
It
said
is-
though, buckle up because you don't know if you're gonna crash in the car.
I know. She said, "I'm scared."
What's funny is the wife here is saying she wouldn't get in, but if we run across a Thomas vehicle, Steve already knows we are getting in it.
And did you hear the voice say, "If at any point you want to end the ride, just hit cancel."
Yeah.
Do it on the middle of the highway. Stop. I mean, because these are all fun and games until the camera breaks, and that's when the sex, the drugs, and everything comes out, and the car gets trashed, and people take a crap in it, and homeless people are living in it, and you go get in it, and there's a homeless guy laying on the back bench going, "Take the next one." Like, I don't know. These things are done.
It will be an Uber, babe. It'll be an autonomous Uber.
Yeah, that company's Cruise, but there's actually 3 companies operating in San Francisco. I don't know why. Obviously, I do know why. The city gets paid a ton of money to let these cars at their disposal.
See, I still think John needs to take one because they have autonomous in Phoenix.
They do.
Well,
You can
It's
take
just
one
gotta
for the
be-
team, John.
Yeah,
They
and
do. It's just on the
now you-
opposite side of town. I just gotta go. I just gotta
Yeah.
find a reason to be over there.
Yeah, because it's the university area, right?
No, it's like the opposite of like I'm closer to, I would say, the south side of downtown Phoenix. It's closer to like mid to the north side of downtown Phoenix. So I have to like
Right.
drive across downtown just to go to the spot that it's at.
But is it Tempe where they're running though?
No, it's actually in like the downtown Phoenix,
okay.
the north
Okay.
side of Phoenix. Yeah,
Does Vegas have them?
I believe Vegas has them near the Strip or something like that.
Because I'm
Vegas
going to
has them
Vegas.
because I think Vegas has them.
I'm going to find one while I'm in
Leave
Vegas.
a cherry bomb in it when you get out, Gary.
No, I'm for autonomous. You're not. Like, I'm not getting in one with Steve because then that's going to give me some felony charges.
I'm going to get in one dressed up as a robot and speak back to it. I am happy to meet you.
Wow.
I don't think that's how it works. But
I have a random question. I know those cars have Wi-Fi. Like they should.
They should have Wi-Fi. What? Because you don't have 5G on your phone or what?
I mean, I feel like just in case
Limited
I'm on another
minutes?
phone, I can play my Game Boy or something. Not Game Boy. What do people play nowadays?
I mean,
I wouldn't even know what to call it. I was gonna say
Game
GameCube.
Boy.
I was gonna say
Boy.
GameCube next, and then I was like, I don't know. A Game Gear.
That's you're going way back.
know.
I was gonna say you're going back to like the 90s.
My PSP. I don't know what they make nowadays.
Nintendo Switch.
The Switch. There we go. My Switch,
we have a new date. We New York City Uber Lyft 100% electric by 2030.
Everybody says 2030, and it's going to be like
I love
they
it when
thought
they do
2020 was going to be. Like, oh,
and then they
we're
say,
still here.
we meant 2040. I mean,
And then
this is
2040
these
is
are
gonna
the
say
same companies that
2050.
This Uber's the same company that waited till a week before Christmas to decide that a 6-month raise that was coming to the drivers they were going to pull.
Weren't we supposed to have like federal real IDs like 3 years ago?
For
They're
anything,
like,
so
What? I have a real ID.
I mean, weren't they supposed to be mandatory? They're like, oh well, we'll get there eventually.
Well, they are if you want to fly.
There's some.
No, you have to have them
Wiggle
now.
room.
You have to have them now if you want to fly.
You have to have the what is it?
Real ID or a passport.
There you go, or a passport, or your ID has to have some type of thing on it.
Yeah, real ID or a passport. That's your two options.
is it maybe a passport card? I have a passport card and a passport.
Well, that's the same as a passport, though.
Right. But
Passport cards
the
for
thing
in
on
the
it.
United States. Passport cards just
Well,
in the United States, though.
Well, passport actually, dude, I know this from Carnival. Passport card works anywhere as long as you can't cross in a vehicle.
So maybe it's an Arizona thing.
That's on foot, man.
So Arizona's real ID deadline is May 7th, 2025. Maybe I'm behind the rest of the world apparently.
You guys, when I used to do the lasers on the Carnival cruise ships, I got to tell you guys this because this is one of the freakiest stories. This is long before before the pandemic and all that crap. But I'd go to service it, and if when you board, and you get off at a stop. So if we didn't finish our work and it was leaving port, we were stuck till the next day when it would port somewhere else. As soon as it's out of America, it's crazy how leaving the boat and coming back on works, because when you leave and when you come back on, you see a metal detector and there's like a little beltway that you put your stuff on, just like the airport. But I was getting back onto the boat to get some gear. We were unloading some stuff. So we got off, got back on, and multiple times they didn't have an extension cord. So you would just see that somebody tried to run the plug to the wall for the metal detector, but it didn't reach. So it'd just be laying on the carpet. And I was always like, just because it's Mexico doesn't mean this is cool. Like maybe
They're like,
maybe you should care. I don't know.
This is the entrance we really go through.
I just find it really funny.
This is the entrance, with the metal detector to be on.
Also, before we go any further, did you guys see the Amazon Prime members can save 20% on Grubhub orders? And I thought maybe it's just going to be once. It's not. You can only do one a day till February 14th. But if you are a Prime member and if you are an active Grubhub Plus member, which is free if you're a Prime member, you just have to activate it.
Right.
If you do that and you put in the code COZY20, any order of $20 or more, you will get the free delivery, and then you'll get an additional 20% off the order.
Nice.
I see a lot of Grubhub going to Gary's house in the next couple of weeks.
No, every time I go in there and add stuff to the Grubhub app, it's like, I don't know, I can't pay that price. I'm just not that lazy. Like even though I get
she said it.
Well, I know it's my favorite, but I still ain't gonna overpay.
It's the cowbell.
Actually, they changed that for a lot of people. Now it's a camera shutter.
Oh,
really? Mine hasn't changed.
Yeah, so it sounds
Maybe
like
that's why they're doing better.
you're standing there like in a restaurant somewhere, and you're looking around like, who the hell took a picture?
Ceci's in here, and she does only Grubhub.
Yeah,
and does really well at it.
So I said Grubhub's like, I think Kim did a video on it, like which one was the better offer screen or whatever. And I made a comment on there. Grubhub has the better offer screen because they don't hide the tip.
Yep.
And she still has the cowbell.
Yeah.
I know.
So maybe it's a choice. Maybe you can turn off the shutter and go back to the cowbell.
No, I haven't seen it.
Like there's a Will Ferrell button that says more cowbell.
Hate that cowbell.
I guess you guys don't watch Saturday Night Live.
No.
Or never.
Kim's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
But with this Amazon starting,
talking about.
like we talked about this before. I said it before that Amazon's probably going to start pushing their deal with Grubhub this year.
Yeah, they got money to make.
Yeah, they got money to make, and they need to buy it by next year.
Yeah, they want to get it.
They might as well. They got the money. Like,
oh yeah,
it's a drop in a bucket.
Yeah.
So I have to reword this title of this. I'm gonna do my own clickbaiting here because I don't like their title. So the title of the article now is Starship Technology Mobile Trash Cans Delivers Food on Baylor Campus.
I don't see that
story.
Very
long. It's a long.
I don't see that story.
The real story that you'd see is Grubhub robots dominate campus delivery food to BU community. My version's better because
yours was longer.
Yeah, it was a
I couldn't even remember what you just said. Somehow Starship Troopers or something.
No, Starship Technologies is one of the two. We talk about them, Gary. They're the
I know.
They're the older looking coolers on wheels. I mean, they're both coolers on wheels. One has googly eyes, one doesn't.
Did you get that text message I sent you today? That actually Christopher Taylor, since he's here, sent me. I sent it to you through Instagram. There's a video that he sent me. I sent you on Instagram that there's a restaurant that they're actually serving tables with robots.
No.
Oh, where's this at? We gotta go there.
I don't
pizza
get on
places.
I need to get on Instagram more. But you know what I did see not too long ago was a hotel in Japan that is completely run by robots, from check-in to everything in there.
In Japan?
Yeah, they have the kitchen. Every single thing is a robot.
Sounds about right.
It's because they're so far advanced.
Yeah, it's just more advanced than we are.
So like a situation like that, would they be run by robots, or is it technically run by the maintenance workers who work the robots?
Probably maintenance, I would say.
I don't know, but like if bands love to go to Tokyo and play multiple dates, like you don't want a big band in there like partying after the show, doing drugs, and being like, let's take some baseball bats to these things.
The bands that you
why are you so violent, Steve? Like he's always wanting to shoot something out of the sky, hit someone with a baseball bat,
look,
blow up
about
something.
Technology, but look at last night. Perfect example, you guys, in the discussion we had about branding. I had Welty and Tremaine Hayhoe, okay? At the end, Tremaine, you like Hannibal did with doing that poem that he did on a community post. Tremaine, I asked him what his newest project was, and he said he had Chat GPT write a movie.
Yeah. It
actually casted all the characters, everything, and he put a title in, but it renamed it something else. Tremaine, if you're in here, put what that title was, because it was weird.
It was more clickbaity,
intergalactic love, or I don't know.
Well, right now the Chat GPT or GP or whatever the acronym is.
We know.
It can pass the bar exam. It can pass medical exams, so you can act like it's not like a super genius whatever. Like it does have incorrect information into it, but it's extremely impressive of what it can do. It's kind of scary. It is kind of scary how effective it is, but it's not all encompassing. Like sometimes they'll say things that doesn't make any sense.
Galactic love.
That's so check this out. This is the even cooler part about it. He hasn't talked about it with anybody. He dropped it last night on the live, and he's going to be doing this with Joe, Dark Road Run.
Ooh, that's cool.
I'll watch the movie.
I'm looking forward to it. I do find it hilarious that he just put in chat, write me a movie.
Yeah,
write me a movie.
The amount of different kind of prompts you can get the thing to spit back at you, it's crazy.
Ask it to write me a defense to get me reactivated on.
The only parameters that I've noticed, they don't want us. You can't say anything negative. Like they don't. I mean, I guess there's something that you can't say.
They
okay,
they want you to be positive.
Yeah, you can't. Like I'll say, all right, give me some like title ideas for YouTube channel, but I want it to be negative. Like just say negative. It will not do it. It'll say no or manipulative or something. They have some kind of barriers that you can't. Certain words they don't want to help you take care of. I guess.
They're gonna be like, you need to brighten your day.
Well, I know we were talking last night, and I know that he started it not by doing this project, but he started it by saying, he actually said, I think it was write me the first chapter of Rideshare 2. So he wanted to see like where it would go with Rideshare 2, to his Rideshare movie, like what it would do. And he didn't even get into the details. He was like, it just got dark and weird. And I know when he said dark and weird, so now I'm thinking it doesn't want certain things, but it took it darker than he was on it. So it's like, obviously it's capable of doing evil.
See, now I got to watch these movies like Ex Machina and all those old ones to see where this thing is headed.
Oh, Black Mirror is a good example of where things may go.
Let me see if I can tell it. Write me a new episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah. Can I write code?
Like, or have
I've heard it can. I've heard people using it.
Yeah, like accent. How can you fix DoorDash? Like, what's going on? I'm sure they'll have some ideas.
There's a channel out there of a girl. I was going to share it with you, Hannibal, about maybe doing a Beyond the Algorithm about this. That there's a girl who has about a 400-person channel. I'll send it to you when we're done here. But she wrote a program for DoorDash with something about ChatGPT to only give her orders that I can't even remember. Now, it didn't work. Her experiment didn't work.
Yeah.
But hey, she tried it, and she actually put it she engaged it and tried.
Yeah.
So like DoorDash, but ChatGPT would choose the orders?
Yeah, or somehow would tell you to take it or not.
Or some kind of program. Like they say that it can help you write code. Now, I don't know anything about code, so I wasn't able to even try to attempt it. But this technology is supposed to overtake Google, right? This is what it's supposed to be. This is supposed to be. I guess that's the goal. That's what I think. Microsoft invested $10 billion into the project as well. So, I mean, who uses Bing? I didn't know Bing was still around, but Microsoft is trying to overtake Google, obviously, in that whole Google
Bing
search.
Will be your best friend soon.
They might want to fix their website because I guess
is Bing still like?
No, I'm talking about the Chat GPT. The website's down.
Oh yeah, it's so busy that it's.
I don't even know how to use it. I need to watch a video about how to even access Chat GPT.
Well, you can't right now.
yeah. Wait.
Turned it into
I missed the bus.
A ghost story.
Rideshare 2 turns into a ghost.
Everyone died in Rideshare 2. It's Casper
well, then it
now.
says, I see down here. I see this.
Interesting.
Here it is.
What
main characters? If the ghost killed them.
Yeah, if everybody's dead.
I don't know. It's just too much for me. I was even thinking about Max and stuff. Like, dude, you don't even have to write a paper anymore.
Kim sent a video.
So this is what I've heard. Oh, was it?
Kim sent her video. You want me to play it?
It's up to you. I just sent you. Christopher Taylor sent it to me, and I thought it was really interesting.
We can play it.
It's a very short video.
It's short.
Yeah, let's see. Chrome tab and this one. Yeah, that was it.
That's simple enough. That don't seem too bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a Roomba on wheels.
Yeah,
it'll probably knock over a toddler. I would say that
trace.
like a toddler may jump in front of it because that's what kids do. So
surely that they used the same software as Tesla and had that little baby box in front of it.
The baby box. Hilarious.
That's the fight of the future: toddlers versus robots.
Yeah, because they don't listen. They running around, parents stressed out, robot runs over them.
If a ghost killed me, I would become a ghost and I would beat his ass.
Wait, what?
That's actually legit logic.
No matches.
That's what he said.
The level of playing field. It's like we're both ghosts now.
Fair enough. That's the comment of the stream.
I don't know how I've never thought of that.
There's nothing else to say after that.
It's the epitome of what goes around comes around.
So we talked about the Instacart stealing tips, and this is from back a few years, but nonetheless, just more scumminess about Instacart. Gotta love
just
this
lost
company.
more money. I think that means they have less money to go public with now.
Oh my god, dude! I don't know. I mean, it's like every shopper from what is it? From October 2016 through April of 2018.
Good.
Is getting. I think the amount was like $128. Is going to be getting $128.
It's a good thing they stopped it before the pandemic.
I got more than that from Amazon.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they can afford to pay more. All they got.
They're like, "This is all we got. It's our reserve fund."
And also, this also happened to Instacart. Instacart is winding down. I read a couple stories though. They are ending it really. In-store shopping for pickup orders. Duh, because it's like that DoorDash USPS thing. USPS will come to your house and get the package for free. Why pay DoorDash? Grocery stores will all pretty much, at least in my area, they'll all get your groceries together and have them ready for pickup.
Really?
Yeah.
Everyone around my house will do it.
I know Safeway and Kroger's and the main ones in my area have that option too.
I wanted to start seeing if they would do it for Instacart.
I live in a hood, so none of those options are available to me.
You gotta get your own groceries.
Yeah, go get your own groceries. There's no
Walmart.
Anything.
I think Walmart and Whole Foods
pickup. Yeah.
Whole Foods are. I think that's the only two in my area that I know of.
Have you checked though, Gary? Honestly, because it does take it's not advertised at any of mine. It's not like a big sign out front.
No, the rest of them I probably wouldn't go shop at. I'm sure Target probably does.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the Krogers or the Safeways. They all do this now. Like you can just.
Don't say they all, but.
Yeah,
I don't think we have either of those. I don't think we have either of those here.
Well, whatever you have for like in Florida, I know you have Publix.
It's a West Coast thing, apparently, Steve. It's only on the West Coast we have this.
So I think the bigger chains would probably do it. Any of the bigger chains would probably do it.
I say that's how I survived the pandemic was grocery pickup.
Oh yeah, that's when I got into it. Yeah, they're offering it for anything $35. I think my fries or Kroger's $35 or more is free pickup. So
yeah.
Well, they live in some bougie areas. Me and Hannibal's out of luck here.
This is the movie that you're going to make with Dark Road Run, Tremaine?
Well, don't spoil the ending of the movie.
He said main character in Galactic Love is a ghost, and the scientist has to bring her back to life.
And who's the one that's going to beat the ghost ass for killing him? Is that part of the story too? Or that seems like that was a pretty good action sequence.
We're gonna need to edit already to that.
It's like, hey AI, change the script. This guy's going to beat this other ghost.
This is a course before the terrorists attack the building casually.
What?
This thing's gonna have so many clips, like jumps to different.
Sounds like a Michael Bay movie already.
Tarantino, you got competition.
But in terms of the legal, so he gets the AI to write this movie, right? And what happens is actually this actually becomes like a really big thing. Can the company who created this technology can say, well, we have the rights to that movie. It's on our platform. I mean, I'm just
get
throwing
royalties
it out
of it.
That's a good question. Tremaine, do you know? I mean, because Joe and him are doing this.
I would delete everything that if it fly like it takes off, I'll delete all of my stuff. I'm like, no, I wrote it. Like I didn't look. I wrote it. No evidence.
You used it for the poem. Like, I mean, what kind of were you just clicking agree boxes?
No, it works like a chat, like a prompt, like the comic section. You say, I want to write a poem about DoorDash, no tip, no trip, and it just started within seconds.
Wow.
So it's scanning. It's looking for no tip, no trip. It's looking to see what that means. It's looking to bring it in.
Problem is, it's not.
Why
it's
couldn't
too
we have
busy
this
right
in
now.
high
We should try
school?
right now, actually. But problem is, it's down. I think, right?
But can you
Okay.
imagine all the high school kids like who had to do like a paper or like write a poem? Just
Exactly.
do this
You mean
and
don't have
done.
to do it anymore?
Oh, no, imagine the teacher, Chat GPT. Is there plagiarism in this? Where was this plagiarized from?
Eventually, they'll have those
same
where
difference.
you can scan it and then they'll know if it's written by AI. I think they're trying to develop that too.
I mean, they just edit, every other sentence, singular, plural, make the plural singular, and
Yeah.
It looks like Tremaine gave an answer.
log in.
He says, "I don't know the answer. I'm just guessing we get the rights to it by asking it." What?
Chat GPT, give me the rights.
You're like, no, I'm gonna take.
Did
I'm
you
gonna
ask
take 75%.
I guarantee you, it lets every little movie that does nothing. Like, yeah, it's yours.
Well, like there's AI art programs out there where you can take selfies and create AI. That's a lot of my pictures. And there are artists who are suing the companies that saying it's copyright infringement. Like they're taking some core concepts of their artwork and AI is using them obviously for profit. And so that just happened. I don't think anything happened in terms of the conclusion, but there's some legal ramifications. Like I said, if that movie takes off, Tremaine, delete everything. It didn't happen. I wrote it myself.
Like and to the and say it's fine.
Wait, talk to my girl.
There's more. So, you mean like say you don't have to? Like, what are you talking about? Like, hey, Chad, can you
do this? I don't want to talk
watch
to
the
her
game.
today.
Like,
Yeah.
I think mine is live. You want me to show you real quick? If you want me to. All right. Let me see if I can share my screen. Okay. Let me see. Is this it? Okay. Okay. So you can type in. Oh, a second. Hold on a second. Here, this. Okay. So you can type in write a DoorDash poem. Right? About no tip, no trip.
Are we supposed to be seeing something here?
I'm like, where is it?
Oh, this is the wrong screen. Hold on a second. Sorry. Share the wrong screen.
Holly said, Steve, you can share about Instacart if you want.
Okay. I think it finished the poem already. If you guys could read
is
it.
it different than the one that you did?
No, this one just happened. This one I was just typing in.
I know, but it's different, right?
Yeah, it's different.
Okay, so
no chip, a simple rule to live by for DoorDash drivers is the way to thrive. While the gratuity, the ride is through. No gas to tank, no food to chew. Oh, this sucks.
It's almost a haiku.
Yeah, so it's not. This is some are you gonna make a lot of money with some of the stuff? No, but it's it's interesting.
Did you try to rhyme factor and extra?
Exactly. It's not like the most high power stuff here.
So they're gonna know if Chat GPT wrote your paper.
But I mean, look, that's kind of catchy though. So the next time you order, don't forget the tip. It's a small gesture, but I'll make the trip.
Yeah.
Wait, what does it say after that? For a DoorDash driver, a little more sweet and
a little more sweet.
Their food is
hot and
delivered hot and
Some of it's catchy.
So that's it. You just type commands. You can all right, right? I don't know if they'll able to write a movie about DoorDash.
So your food is
write about a movie, DoorDash.
Write about a movie about DoorDash hero. I don't know.
What about a DoorDash villain?
It's generating something. The movie, The Dash of Destiny, tells a story of a DoorDash driver named Jack. Jack is a hardworking man who is struggling to make ends meet. He takes on a job as a daughter. Oh, it's going too fast. All right, I can't.
That thing's gonna be 900 pages.
All right, well, it's still writing, so I'll share this later because it's still writing this movie.
Are you setting parameters on when it should end?
No, I just typed it and just press enter.
So it goes to it.
It goes until it feels like the story is over.
Okay, well.
Oh, it's done.
It's done.
Oh wait, it just says the dash of destiny is a reminder of the power of kindness and the impact one person can make on the world.
Look at that.
You're in here.
Hey, that's a good ending.
I talked about doing a live stream with my son, and when the live stream was over, I talked about it last night, and when the live stream was over in YouTube, all I had was videos on parenting and teaching your kid to drive, which I was talking about was part of what we're going to do.
This sounds like a Hallmark commercial movie.
On my life. That's all my feed was.
Yeah.
My phone is absolutely listening to me. You know, it's a good thing I don't drink anymore because the phone and I would have it out. You know, one of us can throw the other one against the wall. I'll end you, phone.
Steve wants to fight robots so bad.
So
I just don't want to go any further. Enough's enough. It's not perfected. This is how bad things happen. We've seen. Has nobody watched a movie?
Steve Connor. Dun, 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 dun.
That's the next thing. Somebody go in there and tell it to write a story about Steve fighting robots.
Ooh. All right, I'm gonna write that in there, and I'm gonna send it to Steve.
Yeah.
John, were you able to conduct the Insta Science experiment?
The eggs experiment. I did find out.
Well, yeah. Okay, eggs will do.
Oh, I forgot you had homework.
I mean, eggs. I didn't do a whole bucket of things, but it was interesting just seeing with eggs. Let me see if I could find the differences because I think it started at like $9.99 and got down to like
remind me what it was.
It was to go see what the hell's going on with their pricing.
Yeah,
like exactly pricing. What's going on with the pricing.
So let me see. I did an 18-pack of eggs
against the receipt.
This is what we found. This is what I found. If I ordered it through shipped at the Fry's grocery store, it was $9.99. The same eggs at Fry's through Instacart drops down to $8.79. And then if I go to the Fry's app directly, it goes to $8.19. And now if I change it from delivery to pickup, then it goes down to $7.75. And then the cheapest eggs I found were at Walmart for an 18-pack, $7.64. Of course, Walmart's a different brand of eggs, but it's interesting to see just from $7.75 to $9.99 on shipped. And shipped was actually more expensive than Instacart. Shipped was out the roof.
And they were all the same. You used a control group. They were all the same eggs.
Yeah. So for from the shipped to from $9.99 to $7.75, same 18-pack of Fry's eggs. So $8.19 through Fry's app, small markup about 40 cents.
I sent John my prices for eggs, $8.99 for a dozen.
I mean
that's the Kroger brand too. That's just entry level eggs.
It's very annoying because I like eggs. I really do. Like I like them every morning. But
you can't eat them every morning. I can eat them like once a week now.
I know, right?
That's what
I side hustle.
Saturday mornings.
He was like, "What do you think about?" I'm like, "I can't afford eggs anymore."
Did you say your eggs are $8.99? Mine are $5.96.
Say mine are $6.99. I'm just looking right now.
Colorado did just recently move to they all have to be cage free. Period.
That's going to pump up the price a little bit.
Yeah. Fancy man over here.
I'm looking at my local grocer right now. A 12 count of eggs is $4.99 and an 18 count is $6.99.
See, I remember you used to be able to get, and I'm not talking, these aren't the old days. I'm talking about just a year or so ago. It wasn't a dozen of Kroger eggs like 99 cents or $1.10.
I don't know if it's that cheap a year ago. Maybe like
even the
$2.99.
The cheapest dozen? Okay. For real?
I don't know. I used to buy that big white box that has a ton of eggs in it, like the whole case of eggs.
Pack, the 5 dozen.
Yeah, or whatever it was, and it was less than $10. Now it's $22.
Ah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Tony says cage free is still garbage.
Pasture raised.
You guys are really fancy with your eggs.
I know. I don't care. I just want an
like
egg.
A good old egg.
I'm gonna break it open and fry it.
I'm at Walmart now.
Like, I can care less how the chicken live.
Is there going to be okra in it?
There could be
$8 for 18 eggs. That's about what I'm paying.
Can you put okra in eggs?
You put okra in anything.
I mean, you can fry okra in that. Yeah.
I mean, whether it'll be good or not, that's a whole different subject. But you can put it in there.
Hey, Holly tried okra.
Whoa.
How she like it?
That's
I don't know. We gotta ask her.
Those must have been some good eggs. There had to be an organic, cage-free, pasture-raised, brown jumbo egg.
$16 for an 18-pack?
That's crazy.
What the?
Where are you shopping?
I mean, at that point, you just eat vegetables. And go,
Nova's like, is Gary sprinkling gold on his eggs? It's like,
I mean, it's funny, these things that are becoming worth more than gold. Eggs.
Yeah, someone tweeted to Elon something about eggs and we'll trade for a Tesla.
But yeah, so the Instacart thing about the offloading, another hit for Instacart. I'm waiting. I still have not seen a new. I know John said they must take a hit on that one. I'm waiting to see what the new hit is. Like, what is Instacart worth now? Because the last one in December was only 10 weeks prior. They had lost 3.1 billion. It went from 13.1 to 10. So like, what are they at today? 7?
I feel like they're not good. When they're getting to 5, people are going to start buying. Like, Instacart, some billionaires like 3.5 billion. That's actually a good price, man. At some point, somebody has to be like,
except for 17 months ago, it was 48 billion.
Well, I mean, they're probably sure those guys, those rich guys.
No, we're not.
It was a well necessary correction. No one thought that company was worth that much.
I think that's what everybody's learning, is that none of these companies are worth the values they're coming out at.
Yeah. Which is unfortunately a lot of people's jobs
even
are
now, like whether it's NASDAQ or Dow, it doesn't know how to deal with it. It's like, we talked about this. It does, like, where are your assets? We don't have any. Where are your employees? We don't have any. Where are your What
is this, a company? I don't know.
Well, we got a lot of customers. We tell you that. We got a bunch of gig workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but independent.
What do you do differently that nobody can do? Nothing. We don't do anything. Walmart can do it. DoorDash can do it. Everybody can do what we do.
We pay them horribly too. Let's add that in.
Yeah, it's like, why should we keep your company above everybody else? Like,
are you making a profit?
You got a good question there. I can't.
Wait.
So why should we hire you? That's a good question. I need a job.
You don't pay the workers crap, and you can't make money.
This thing's pretty good. Sorry to interrupt. This thing's pretty good at writing code.
Told you.
And Gary just found a coworker.
And when we finish, I already have the movie. I wrote another movie about Steve. So let me know when you guys are finished.
ChatGPT taking over the Roundtable.
Oh my god.
Well, we were talking in the beginning about actors playing us. So
yeah, we could have 5 chat. Is that possible? Could we have 5, or do they not interact?
Yeah, that'd be awesome if they did.
I think Steve would like this movie.
Like, study all our round tables and then have one of your own.
Hannah, you should send. How many pages is that movie?
It's just a few it's an overview. It's about Steve. They call him Rideshare Rodeo.
Send it out on your newsletter.
Exclusive, extra. Read all about it.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I want to see what it does too. Is it written already?
Yeah, the movie's already. It's done, baby. We just gotta get the producers. Oh, you want me to talk about it right now?
Tremaine will probably make it tonight. Yeah, he says let's hear Steve's movie.
All right, let me. All right, I'll show
got
it
a director, producer, writer in the house. So
hopefully I can actually. Okay, so I'll read it real fast for you. Okay. The movie Rideshare Rodeo tells the story of Steve, a passionate snowboarder who hates his days working as a rideshare driver. Steve has always been skeptical of technology and has a deep-seated hatred for robots. He believes the widespread use of robots in society is taking away jobs from hardworking people like himself. As a rideshare driver, Steve sees firsthand the impact that self-driving cars are having on his industry. He watches as more and more of his fellow drivers are being replaced by robots, leaving them without means of income. Determined to fight back against the robots, Steve decides to take matters into his own hands. He begins to sabotage the self-driving cars by causing them to malfunction.
This thing's like your BFF, Steve.
He goes even as far as to stage accidents to make it look like the cars were unsafe. Okay,
it knows me so well.
All right, it's a lot. I'll say. Basically, you're going to be fighting against the corporations.
Hannibal, you should send that to heyhostudios@gmail.com.
Yeah, I'll email it to
a trailer on this.
You're at odds at powerful tech companies, and I don't know
That
how
thing-
it ends though.
It knows Steve pretty well.
Can you just jump to the end and see if I win?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
No, they didn't even tell me how it end. Just show you exactly what you do and your motivations, but you may have been killed. I don't know. It was me. I put in the snowboarding thing. I said, write a story about Steve. He hates robots and he likes snowboarding, and that's what it came up with. And he hates robots. Hates robots. Loves snowboarding.
You escaped by snowboard.
But I mean, think about it this way, though. Think about it this way. If I gave all of you guys 60 seconds to write something, there is no way any of us would come close to anything like that.
No.
Maybe like a couple bullet points.
Yeah.
What's a bullet point?
Be
No, I'm just kidding.
We would have an ending, though. We would have an ending.
Yeah, we would have an ending. Like Steve died. The end.
Like Steve hated robots.
Wait,
he
so
liked
how
snowboarding.
does it end? Did it just give
Robot
up on
versus
rating?
snowboard?
It doesn't. I could maybe I could type. Give me an ending.
Yeah, like what the hell?
Fire the ending.
I mean, like, where does it
Dude,
evolve?
And like a catchphrase, like something about bindings. I don't know.
I don't know.
If it comes back and says Steve died, I'll die laughing.
Okay, it's
Oh,
okay. Let me.
Oh damn, it's gonna give you an actual
Jesus.
like paragraph.
It's like
Okay.
Well, apparently you're on trial.
Yeah, you're in trial. And somehow the judge rules in your favor.
Yeah. You win the ruling, and you're snowboarding.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, you're back on the slopes, snowboarding with his friends. You gracefully glide down the mountain. You look up at the clear blue sky, knowing that he made a difference and found a new purpose in life.
I'm glad you found a new purpose in life, Steve. Apparently, fighting robots is not what you're supposed to do.
That's awesome. That's perfect. So that's what I do too. Like it does know me.
All right, I'll send that. That is scary. That's scary, man.
I kind of want you to do it for all of us now. I'm kind of a little jealous.
Yeah, because Tremaine said that he said that he could write this, or he could. He said, yeah, we could easily make this into a trailer. And then he put his email.
Okay, so who's getting the money if this takes off again? So like I typed it in, but then like the machine did the work, and then the Tremaine is going to do the trailer. So like if I'll take the 5%. Like I don't want, 5%. It just only took like.
Go with, didn't you? Do you ever
get it
watch
all,
like?
Hannibal. Why does the check get any?
The check?
It doesn't even understand money.
You need a royalty deal. The money keeps coming in. You need a royalty deal.
That is also true.
I mean, that should be the story that you should have it right. Is like, hey, if I write a movie through Chat GPT, do I get to keep the rights, and is the movie mine? Write that story.
Chat GPT, give me full rights to this movie now.
Okay, this one says there's no issue around personal use of Chat GPT.
Cool,
but when you're applying it to other businesses, yeah, you might have to get intellectual property.
We just gotta delete all this information that we're doing right now, and it doesn't matter.
Delete. Copy, paste, delete.
Just print out a copy, and I just found this on the road. I don't know.
I'm telling you, you change the ands and the thus, and you change it to yours. It's fun.
The names and the locations. Yeah, names and locations.
That's just crazy. This is crazy though, you guys. Like, I mean, like I haven't even experimented that far to play with this, and like even just Hannibal doing that quick is just nuts.
Yeah, I played with it once before, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's kind of cool. But then I just kind of left it and never went back to it.
But now you learned that it can code.
Yeah, now
you be back.
I'm like, hey, and it gives me sample code too. Like it doesn't just be like, oh, here's
It's like,
gives
do you
me,
like this, Gary?
Yeah, well, it like I asked it a specific question, and it gives me a definition of how to do it, and then it gives me example code that I could just copy and paste.
Ooh, look at that.
Can you be like Chat GPT? Give me 3 new features for Maximo. Or
but that's the thing, like for it to work, Gary knows code. So he can see if it's bull or not. Like if none of us know code, I can say that, but I'm looking at things that I don't understand. So you still have to have some practical knowledge before you give advantage.
Right.
Like getting a tattoo in another language. It's like, I know what that means. Like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
See, look at now you got Tremaine question. That was a good question you asked earlier, Hannibal, because he had already done this. Now he's like, wait a minute. Well, it's really, I guess here's my thought though. It's better that he know, dude, because this is something that does need to be checked out. I mean, what if he were to go through this whole thing? He writes the damn movie and somebody's like, that's mine.
You wrote through the same movie. Give it out.
The coders, like we did it. Like,
I mean, John, it wrote the characters for him. Like it gave the characters names. And I mean,
give Steve more of a story arc.
But that's the thing too. Like what Kim's saying, you put enough of your spin on it, then it's yours.
It's true.
Yeah,
becomes fair use at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or just add one word.
Material changes.
Material differences. I don't think that's how that works at all, Steve.
Right. I mean, I can't remember. I had a good one last night that I said to Tremaine, like, my computer, like, you should name it My Computer Wrote This Movie. Or I wrote this movie.
I think what the big issue with it is, it's not that Chat GPT is going to do it. Like, basically what it does is it kind of scrapes the web real quick to find reference points.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And so if it copies something that someone else wrote and they catch it, I think that's where the issue would come from.
Like phrasing, vernacular.
Chat GPT for plagiarism?
No, because it didn't tell you to use it.
No, you turn that paper in Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Right, but what if you took it and then you hand wrote it out and you're like, I wrote this yesterday. What the hell?
Exactly the same.
I mean, you could try that. Hey, it's the old college try.
The amount of information they're gathering for us typing goofy things in there, the amount of information they're gathering to do what with, we don't know.
Loading all of it is like I don't know. It's like one of those machines.
How much higher up do these Chat GPTs go that we don't even know about, that aren't public?
But isn't it like plagiarism type of thing, where if you put it as like in the notes on the bottom that you use blank source, then it's not plagiarism? Isn't it like the same concept if you give it credit?
The problem with this though is Chat GPT is not giving you any sources that it's using. So there's no way for you to do that. Even if you used it and wanted to credit it, you would have to credit chat.openai.com. But
Chat GPT, you know how like an article comes out on some topic and it's on every paper that day about our space or whatever, and then maybe it's taking those articles and combining it, not using their words, and therefore it is theirs. I think it would only have to use like what Kim's talking about, like linear footnotes, if it had if it was quoting or if it was directly taking something from one publication.
I know as far as the coding part of it, it does give me links to like Apple and Android. But as far as like everything Hannibal just typed in, it didn't give him
DUH into iPhone app.
I have it though.
I'm just saying, can you just flip everything to iPhone by making it do it?
No, I don't think I can submit Android code to it and be like, switch this to Swift. Ooh, I should try that though.
Yeah. There's some potential here.
No, I just finally discovered this. Now I'm going to play this all night.
John.
Okay, we should all like
we all become movie screenwriters now. Like
for next week.
Let's
There
forget
is
this
a
gig
Netflix
work.
studio opening by me, so
Yeah, let's.
What'd you say, Steve?
I think we should all pick one person on the panel, and like I'll write about John. And I'll bring it next week, whatever the hell it comes out to be.
Yeah, but then if it's a story that seems like this is what you, then they're like, this is what you think of me.
Well, I'll say this sucks. Rewrite it. That's fine.
This sucks. Just rewrite it.
Obviously,
man.
you don't know John.
Well, that could be Hannibal's homework though for next week. He can just input each one of us and see what it comes up as.
Maybe the whole show next week.
Maybe you could input all of us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because no, I mean, as one though, like that stupid cartoon, like the one John dissected, the Dashers or
the Dashers,
Like
the Marvel.
John last week had his egg project. Now Hannibal can have the Roundtable project.
Yeah, I can have homework twice in a row.
I
would like to see what it says. I mean, because obviously, if it's like Gary said, if it's gathering information, it would go through these. If you were to say Rodeo Roundtable, YouTube somehow input that, it would go through these, and it would actually come up with something relative to all of us. Then Gary said. That's what I'm saying. If we could have Tremaine got a scripted movie, could we get a scripted artificial intelligence roundtable that we just read our parts?
How would it be that entertaining? I mean, it could be entertaining actually.
Tremaine wrote a movie on it.
Yeah.
But then we would have to find the actors who would play us.
We would play us.
I could play Hannibal.
Wait,
yes, definitely. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it, but yeah, you definitely can.
All right. Well, what is this about?
On that note,
we were all over the place. Let's apologize to everybody that watched. We was all over the place tonight.
It's more Rodeo than Roundtable.
Yeah.
I mean, there's hey, I put the link in there for all the stories we talked about. They all are. There's some good stories out right now. There's some important ones, but it's good to have a laugh too. I think this stuff's super intriguing. I think it's almost borderline scary, to be honest. I think it's too ahead of its time. There's that Einstein quote that it's very famous. He's got a bunch of them, obviously, but one about like he dreads the day that technology surpasses humankind.
Yeah.
And he saw that coming, and I think we're on the cusp of that. I'm not saying the robots are going to take over the world, hell yeah, but I'm just saying that I think we're at that point where we're letting technology go way too far.
But good thing we have the Rideshare Rodeo that's going to save the day.
Yeah, I will kill them all with my snowboard. This is great stuff, man. I might go screw around with it too.
Look at that. See?
Yeah. This?
Rodeo interacts with the robots. Volume 1.
See, great round table. Thanks, Marissa. Well, thanks, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed our chat GPT and some of this craziness. It still was fun for me. I don't know about you guys. It's always fun, but this was. I want to go screw around with it now. I want to see what, and I'm very curious about the legal parts. I want to see what Tremaine, because I know Tremaine's going to dig into that, so I don't need to, because he already wrote a script he wants to use. So he's going to go dig into that and see, wait a minute, legally, do I have this? Or can I have it taken away if it's successful? I'm sure, because I'm stoked to see this, though. I actually think it's pretty clever that he said, write me a movie, and that he's going to do it with, of all people, Joe. I think this is going to be crazy cool, because both those guys are characters, and I love both of them. Yeah. So I'm interested to see how they do this.
Should be entertaining, to say at least.
A little dark road, hey ho.
Yeah. I emailed it, Tremaine, so you should be seeing it.
So, anyways, guys, that's a wrap. Thank you all for joining us. You can always reach me at steve@ridesharerodeo.com. You can reach all these guys by their channels. You should already be subscribed to everybody's channels. Be safe, earn smart, have a great weekend, and we will see you tomorrow night. Gary and I will on Driver Nation. And we have a special guest tomorrow night too that I don't think he's done a lot lately. Kind of excited. It's gonna be UDM in the second hour.
Nice.
And, kind of excited for that. We always have the show, and anybody can call in. By the way, we don't like schedule guests, but this one just happens to be. He's gonna come in the second hour. I know he's been a little absent from YouTube, so I think it'll be fun because I know he's been doing catering and last mile services. That's a lot of the, that's kind of the spaces where I think the money are too. I don't know how much deliver that he's still doing, but I'm interested to get into it. Also, I submitted his song to Tom, the radio owner, and Tom liked it. So I think that's going to get rotational play now. His awesome. UDM's ride along song. So we'll see. But it should be fun. So join us over there. What do you guys all got going?
Man,
other than rating movies.
Same thing. I think we all do the same thing every single week.
Rinse and repeat.
You want me to just have that
Walmart Spark
that ends?
Okay. Yeah. Where's it? I was gonna play it earlier. Oh, did we lose Steve?
I think we lost Steve on that one.
Yeah, we lost Steve on that one.
All right. Well.
All right, we're out of here, everybody.
See you on that note.
Bye.